Europe handles 37,000 flights every single day. And we've got a number of black spots for air traffic control capacity in Europe. First of all, we've got two black spots, one in Germany where we've got a capacity staffing issue, and in France then we have an issue with strikes. And these are causing delays in that they're essential bottlenecks in the system. And what we're trying to do is to come up with a system that actually goes around these areas.
Right. Even if those bottlenecks didn't exist, the system would still be, I'd say, groaning. It would still of capacity. I mean, it's still full.
Yeah, I mean, the reality, Richard, is it's growing by 3% a year, and we've had compounded growth of nearly 20% over the last 7 or 8 years, and yet there hasn't been really significant investment in new air traffic systems, and there's a real need for reform of the way Europe is managed from an air traffic point of view. You've got to see more of a kind of a centralised function to manage air traffic control, and that's missing in Europe because of the fragmented nature of the states.
Right, and of course that's one of these bedeviling issues, isn't it?
Yes.
The nation states don't want to, or are reluctant to, hand more control to the centre, which would be to Eurocontrol.
Yeah, I mean, that's a reality of Europe.
Right.
But the real business reality is aircraft fly across borders, and you have to have a network. So in the United States, you've got a very strong central system of the command centre, which regulates traffic and capacity. We need the same in Europe.
Why haven't we got it, do you think?
Well, we haven't got it for a number of reasons. First of all, demand, the system hasn't filled up until recently. Now we have a crisis. That's number one. Number two, you have the nation states, they don't want to give up the sovereignty issue. And I think number three is that it's not a crisis. But this summer we have a crisis. Delays last year doubled in 2018. They're going to increase again this year. And you will find that the air traffic system in Europe will become full. You will not be able to have any more flights. You will have a capacity problem. And we're looking at passengers not being able to fly.
But explain to me, how does merely transferring more control to a central division increase capacity? If all the nation states are doing their best and have poured as much in as they can, then what difference does it make?
It's a real simple, Richard. They don't have the system view. In Eurocontrol, we see the whole system. 41 states, we see where traffic comes in, where it goes out, the best way it should go. When you're looking at it from an individual country, you just look at France. How do you get the traffic in and out of France? Air traffic control organisations do a super job, keep the traffic safe. But our job is to make sure that the overall network in Europe, Eurocontrol, brings the whole thing together. And this is the issue. Nobody's joining up the dots.
Nobody's joining up the dots. Nobody has joined up the dots. What makes you think that a new commission will join up the dots?
Well, first of all, the current commission has launched a wise persons group, and I expect that the initiatives from the commission are very helpful. But I think what will happen is SES3, a Single European Sky 3 package, will come for the new commission. And if you're looking at the airlines today and at the commission, they're all planning this. So I'm optimistic. I think the commission will do a good job in the years ahead.
What's your message to the travellers this summer?
My message to the travellers this summer is it's going to be more misery. We're going to have increased delays. I mean, to give you an idea, 33% of flights had a delay last summer, and the average delay was 49 minutes. It's going to be worse this summer, and I think 2020 is going to be difficult. We should see an improvement after that.